Here we go. We got Mark here. Mark is hanging on here by a thread. And welcome you guys to our Two Old Bald Guys podcast. Probably going to be one bald guy here tonight because Mark's hurting right now.
I ain't got no voice. I've lost my damn voice.
Yeah, there you go. So we are going to be stretching it nice and thin, and
I
hopefully.
was just learning sign language. Holy moly.
I think he aged 10 years since the last week. But welcome everybody, and I don't know how much Mark is going to last tonight, but
Not long.
we'll try to make this work. See, he's so dedicated that he's here. He's here, and he's doing his thing. So, but tonight, we're going to be answering some questions. I got you guys live on my YouTube channel right here, also on Mark's YouTube channel. Mark, have we hit that 1,000 subscribers yet?
Shit, I don't know. Let me check and see.
All right. You sound like a chipmunk, dude. So we are, we'll talk about anything you guys want to talk about tonight. We are here during the holidays, and Thanksgiving just passed. It was a wonderful Thanksgiving, and hopefully you guys had a great one. Also, we got Christmas coming up, so things are going to start happening, and right now is the slow period for solar panel cleaning, and we are still getting work, still get jobs done, and you have to compromise and go out there and try to find work and do what we can. There's rains coming around the corner, so a lot of gutter cleaning happening now, and roof cleanings and so forth. So
893. I'm still a loser.
893 subscribers on Mark's channel. We got to get him up. He's not a loser, but that's okay. It just takes a while. Things don't happen overnight. And so we want to make sure that we get him up to 1,000 subscribers, guys. We would really appreciate that. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up tonight on our podcast. We really appreciate that. Appreciate all your support and what have you. So what's been going on? Work.
Work.
Yeah. So you sound like you've been working an awful lot, and yeah, you need some time off, dude.
Yeah, you guys ain't gonna get too much out of me tonight. My voice is gone.
There you go. Well, I have quite a few things to talk about, and so I want to kind of talk about the business here for solar panel cleaning. I get a lot of negative comments that's happening when you got a lot of guys out there that are putting a bad picture on solar panel cleanings, giving out a lot of bad advice. So there's one individual that came up and has a lot of subscribers, but he upset quite a few other people in the industry, and we were able to talk. And you got to be aware of how to run this business, how to do this business, and how to present yourself in this business. I had a big corporate account just call me just a few minutes ago, giving us more work, and I'm happy about that. And it's things will come to you as you progress in your own business. It will come. It will get better. It usually does. A lot of it has to do with the equipment that you guys are using. And this is where I kind of want to talk about when you are starting this business, whether it's solar panel cleaning or pressure washing or anything else like that. Customers pay attention to the equipment that you are using. Corporate pays attention to what you are using. And if you are coming in with a mop and a bucket and you're expecting to do 2,000 solar panels and it takes you a week to do it. Um, Corporate usually doesn't like that. They want you in and they want you out and they want it done right. And so you go and you get the right equipment. You know, Rick and I, when we first started this job, this venture, I shouldn't even say it's a job because it's something, it's our business. And it was one of the things that we didn't really go after work. We didn't have to because we did it right. We were able to put our business out there and put it in the right platforms where before our truck was even wrapped, ready to go, the phones were ringing and we already were getting work. And every day since then, we continued to get work and more work came in, and we started investing back into our business and buying better brushes, better equipment, and we're still doing that today.
Yeah.
You know, today we are, I just got approved for something much bigger and better, and we'll be showing that quite a bit, you know, when that time comes. But I'm excited about that, and Mark's working on a bigger project, even bigger than what I have here. And you have to be on top of the game. You have to be, because if you're not and you treat this as a hobby instead of a business, then it's going to be a hobby.
Yeah.
You know, and Mark, you can contest to that.
Yeah. Kind of don't know if I can get through this or not.
No problem.
Uh,
We'll try to help you out the
My
best we
voice is
can.
getting worse and worse. But yeah, you got to stay on top of it. And I know everybody's trying to understand me. They can't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you know, we in 2023, I pretty much said my business is gonna go 5 times more, 10 times more income, because that's the mindset that I have right now. This is November, and I'm already preparing myself for 2023, much bigger and better things. And there's companies out there that are trying to do things that is hurting the industry, whether they like it or not, whether they accept it. There's guys undercutting other guys out there and trying to make it really, really cheap just so they can go out there and get a job or, you know, get somebody's business. But in reality, there's guys out here that are no insurance, going out there and just cleaning, you know, breaking tiles, giving out bad information. And it's even like all over YouTube now. I kind of look at it as you can do this. If you want to find a legitimate solar panel cleaner, you know, and I'm not saying me personally, but any guys out there that are promoting solar panel cleaning and are portraying themselves as experts in the field, very simple. Go to their YouTube channel, look at where they started, and look at the videos where they're at right now. Some of them have been in other industries, and then they jump into solar panel cleaning. There's network marketers out there that will jump from one industry to another industry, and they call themselves experts.
Yeah.
But yet they're out there cleaning with a mop, a brush, you know, customers spigot, you know, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, everybody needs to be careful. There's a lot of telemarketers.
Yeah.
That's been calling me crazy this past week. So just and last week. So just be careful with the telemarketers.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of guys out there, and I get it all the time. Your business is not on, you know, it's not on the first page of Google. Okay, we need You need to get on the first page of Google. You're not on the first page of Google. Let us help you out. And before you know it, you're spending thousands of dollars on something you really don't need. And did I say something funny?
Terry Lynn did. Terry Lynn's talking shit.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Someone finally took Mark's, took Mark's, took Mark's voice. Wow. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, we get telemarketers calling us all the time, and they're out there, trying to promote one thing or another. And look, when you get into this business, somebody's going to want to take your money. Just as fast as you make it, they're going to want to take it. It's that simple. It's not just this business, it's every other business that out there. And you got to be wary, you got to be careful, you got to be what have you. I mean, I get guys calling me and saying, "Hey, did you have 5 employees during COVID? I can get you this, and this." And then you say, "No, I didn't have 5 employees," and click, they hang up. On to the next person. Okay? There's machines out there, robotic machines, sound like real people as you're talking to them, and before you know it, you figure out, hey, it's not a real person, and they're designed to get you on the phone and get you to a live person.
Rule of thumb: if you're not looking for it, when it comes to you, they've been looking at me saying, "Oh, we want your cybersecurity."
Yeah.
Today I got 2 phone calls and emails.
A
And I
cyber,
said,
wow.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah. It's little stuff like that where you go out and you are, doing a business, and you're doing well in that business, and they won't hesitate to give you a call and try to help you out even more when you really don't need help. I have business funding that calls me all the time. Apply for business funding for whatever, and could be equipment, could be finances, it could be anything else. And you got to be wary of a lot of these people, because you got to look at the big picture. And so for me, for us, we know that there's a period in time where it's going to be slow, and during that time, you have to pretty much, balance your income, balance your money, balance your funds, and keep things going. And then come summertime, it blows up, because once it gets hot, everybody's calling you. And they're gonna call you if you're found, if you're known, if you're seen, and you prepare yourself. So if you're a new company out there and you are just starting out in this type of business, the best advice I could give you is to go out there and listen to what we have to say, for one. For two, you need to go out there and just make sure you do things correctly, whether it's doing an LLC or a sole proprietorship. You want to get that started. I talked about that, about sole proprietorship, and I talked about LLCs. A lot of people want to get that started right away, which is all fine and great, but you have to have a plan. You have to know, which direction you're going to go. It's all good. You can go out there and get an LLC or S corp or C corp or whatever you want, but you got to know how to use it. And a lot of that you can use for commercial. If you want to buy equipment, if you want to look at bigger and better things for your company, get yourself prepared. Not only do you have to have decent credit, you should be building credit. Go to Duns and Bradstreet. Go and sign up for them. They're business credit, and a lot of big companies check your business credit along with your personal credit. And if you're there and you're seen, then it's even better for you. Because the first 3 years of working for your own company, you're a startup company until after 3 years. That's how a lot of these companies look at you. So if you want to apply for business credit or equipment, be prepared for that. Get all your ducks lined up in a row. So, they look at finances. They want to know statements, fake statements. Get all that. Be prepared for that. Get yourself one credit card. Use that one credit card for all your business.
Yep. God, I'm struggling.
But yeah, yeah, little things like that. If you're prepared for it, I had a merchant, a guy for merchant services with me yesterday, and he's setting us up with other stuff for merchant services, and we're paying less now than what we were paying before. Little things like that, you want to be able to go out there and just prepare yourself for it. You know, market yourself, get yourself out there, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. There's all these other platforms that you can go on. Yelp, you can go on Nextdoor. All these other platforms that you can do that. You can go into your local chamber of commerce, introduce yourself, the city that you're working in, and get business that way. Shake hands with a lot of these people, because believe it or not, it's not who you know, it's who they know. And usually they know the right people to get you the business that you're going to need. And just make sure that uh, you're prepared, well prepared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark. I'm waiting.
I can't talk.
You can't. So, well, if anybody have any questions out there, feel free to ask on the questions. We're going to be sitting here monitoring the questions, and we apologize because Mark's trying to get it out, but just can't. His throat is really bad, and hopefully next week he's much better. But I applaud him for being here. Applaud him for just hanging out with us, even though he can't talk. As we're here, and I'm gonna be the anchor man today. So
Yeah, if anybody's got any questions, put it in the chat. We'll see it.
yeah, put it in the chat. We'll go ahead and see it there, and take a look, and we'll go from there. So
I don't know how long this is gonna last. Let's see.
yeah, you've been getting this for a while.
Yeah, I went down after Thanksgiving. I went down Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I had a sinus infection. So the sinus infection led to my throat.
But you've been working, constant, nonstop and stuff, and that doesn't help if you're not getting the rest too. And I think you were down for a couple of days
Yeah.
while I was up in Vegas. So I want to say hello to a few people here. Aloha Solar Panel Cleaning, what's up there, Aloha? And we have R3LL Daryl, nice. The two bald guys, hey, what's going on? Mr. Gonzalez, what's up, Mark and Henry? Paulie, what's up, two bald guys? What's going on there, Paulie? Mr. Gonzalez says Mark should have taken the day off.
Never.
Nope. This man is always working. Always working. Let me see who else we got. We have West Coast Power Washing Services LLC. Hey, good evening, guys. What's going on? And Terrelyn Lewis. Oh shoot! Someone finally took Mark's voice. LOL. There you go. Solar Panel Cleaning SVC. The places will give you free PDFs of information. I just saw us there, paid services. West Coast Power Washing Services is junk mail. Okay. Mark, again, thank you for working on that issue. So obviously he's been working with you for something there. Tara Lynn says, sorry I missed you in Vegas, Henry. No problem. And hopefully Jeff is feeling better. Jeff, we had to cancel because Jeff had a real bad migraine headache, and Couldn't make it for dinner. We invited them for dinner up in Las Vegas when we were there last time. But you know what? Hey, there's always next time, right? Maybe you'll catch two old bald guys together in Vegas and get to party with us when we're up there next time.
Yeah, maybe January.
January, that's right. We have something going on in January. No problem. Tara Lynn says, Henry or Mark, have you trademarked your company name or logo? Yes, I did. I trademarked SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning Company, um, and but not my logo. Also, I bumped mine up from a sole proprietorship to recently a LLC. So it's SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning Company LLC now, and that strictly was for just my business credit and trying to get that taken care of in a better situation. So, not that it was bad or anything, because it wasn't. It was great. It's just that this is what they advised, and this is what I did. So, and I did that on my own. I didn't hire anybody else to do that. I just went ahead and did that, um, and so, we're that much more ahead of the game now. So, so Polly has a question. How do you plumbing your buffer tank? Is it okay to use deionized water for car detailing?
Of course.
Yeah, that's what you want to use for detailing cars. Deionized water leaves you a spot-free rinse on there. And I was just looking at some deionized tanks out there that in Australia, as a matter of fact. They have a system there, and it's like a 9 filter system, and that system was $16,000. So you can get deionized tanks for as little as $250 to $16,000. Just depends on which ones you actually want. Obviously, the $16,000 one is going to last you a couple of years. You can easily switch out the filters on those, but you are paying for the exchange on the filters and everything else every
Yeah.
single time. Yeah. But great question, by the way. Uh, Let me see. Corey Brown says, "Hey guys, we're waiting for our business license to clear for our fictitious business name. I will be contacting Mark soon for a skid." Awesome. Yeah. So somebody's getting into business, Mr. Corey Brown here, and he just said that he's going to be contacting you very soon to purchase a skid.
There's the number. Give me a call.
There you go. If you want to reach Mark, it is at 951-440-9063. Just don't call him today. Maybe call him in a couple of days.
You ain't gonna get much out of me today.
Probably won't get a whole lot out of him today. Exactly what you said. Pally says, "Do you need an LLC to clean windows and cars?" Pally, an LLC or corporation, you don't need any of that to run a business. What an LLC or corporation does, it separates your personal credit for your business. And if, say, for example, somebody wants to sue you and you're incorporated, most of the time they can't go after your personal assets because you are incorporated and going through and you're representing through the business. Don't quote me on that, but I'm not a lawyer. I don't, just this is just coming off the top of my head here, from what I've learned in my past. So, I'm not trying to give out legal advice at all, but, it's just kind of explaining to you what that is. And also, you don't have to have an LLC. You can start off as a sole proprietor or a single individual owner and get a business license with a sole proprietorship if you want to just go out that way too. So let me see here. West Coast Power says, Henry, the new filter system you added to the DIA water tank, is that improved the long life of the DIA tanks themselves? Honestly, I have it hooked up. It's all ready to go. It's just I'm still running it through my first my DI tanks, but it hasn't been long enough for me to sit there and say, you know, I've changed my tanks out 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month later. So I'm still working on those tanks and they're still working good. So I'll let you know when they're done and see if it's improved. I basically got that tank just to see if there is, if it's going to improve anything. And it seems like it's doing a great job. Also, I can go out there and replenish that tank, rejuvenate that tank, the resin on it, just by adding salt to that and flushing it out. And that will give me another 2,000 gallons of purified water. So we want to know if that helps, prolongs the DI tanks. Gabe says, I definitely will let you guys know. I mean, I'm going to tell you, look, it works or it doesn't work. I'm going to tell you the truth. I have no reason to bullshit you guys. Basically going to tell you, it's working or it's not working. It's not here for me just to sell the tank or what have you. I do get a little commission by just, if you use my link, I get a small commission, not even anything worth talking about. But if you guys want to use the link and try it, go for it. If you don't and you want to just order directly from Amazon, you can do that too. It doesn't hurt my feelings. But I always believe in what I'm using and I like to try it and I use it myself.
Yeah,
So
you don't know if unless you try.
that's right. So, I'm going to try it and see if it works. And, if that doesn't work and there's something else better and I think there's something else better, then hey, I'm going to try it just to see. All right. I can't see that. Free Express SA. I may have butchered that. It says, good afternoon, guys. Quick question. I have a pressure washing service and I want to offer solar panel cleaning. Do you recommend a spotless water system for starters? Thanks. Yeah, I mean, you want to use DNI's water, okay? Whether you purchase a $2,000 Ford filtration system or you rent them out or you purchase one on your own, like I have a small one. I've used them all pretty much, just to try them and what have you. But I work on much bigger systems, solar farms, rooftops, carports. So these smaller systems, these starter systems, are not really made for that. But if you're doing windows and you want to be able to clean windows, they're great for that. Or if you're doing auto detailing, they're great for that too.
Yeah.
But if you're doing 5,000 windows, well, obviously you'll burn out the tanks fairly quickly by using a lot of water. But it's always trying to figure something out that's going to be a little better and work better for you in the long run. So. Corey Brown says, hey Henry, should I buy both poles, modular and telescope? I think you're talking about the C1000 and on those poles themselves, or if you're talking about the Racenstein brush. Here's the thing: is telescopic is really light. Okay, it's super light compared to the modular poles. Now, I'm sorry, the modular poles are the ones that are lighter than the telescopic pole. The telescopic pole is the one that reaches out 39 feet or 45 feet, whatever one that you decide to get. That's a much heavier pole to handle. But if you want a lighter pole, then you get the modular poles, and those are sectional, and you can break them down from 6-foot sections. You can get, put 4 of them together, and there's your 24 feet of pole, and it's pretty light. So it just depends on what you want to use. The modular poles, obviously the hose will be on the outside of the pole. The telescopic poles, the hose will be in the middle on the inside of the pole where you're not really touching the hose. And I like that better in that aspect. But when it comes to lightness, then I really like the um, modular poles because you can take those out. So
The telescopic poles are better.
yeah,
You know, the hose is not dangling to get hung up on something.
yeah, yeah, that's right. And that's another thing too is you even with the telescopic poles, I find myself getting with some electrical tape and then tape it around each section. That way the pole is not dangling down or hanging down, and we're kind of using it that way. Carolyn says the C1000 modular poles is good if you have a two-man team, and telescopic is good if you're on your own. Great advice, Carolyn. Thank you very much for chiming in on that. Also, she says easier to get a telescopic on the roof if you're by yourself. There you go. Normally, you don't want to be by yourself when you're up there on the roof anyway. You want to try to have yourself a two-man team. Sometimes you can't help that, can't avoid it. You just don't have the help, and you got a job to do. But just be really careful when you're up there on the roof by yourself. Anything happens, you want somebody there, close by to make sure that you're okay. So, great questions, by the way. Great question, Corey, about both the poles, the modular and the telescopic. And Mark has his poles that he sells. What do you remember what brand they were?
Gardner.
Gardner. Okay, Gardner poles. And then he uses that with the J. Racenstein brush, and it's just as good. It's a very good pole, and very very good equipment. Now, people ask me when they first start out in this business for solar panel cleaning, what to get. I can't advise you guys on what to get, but I can advise you on what's going to help you. If you're starting out with very, very little money and you're trying to do this business, I suggest that you get yourself a really good water-fed pole that the brush head is going to be maybe like a 23-inch brush head instead of an 18 or a 12-inch. Rick and I started out with a 12-inch brush, and I didn't realize until I got the twins, started working with the counter rotating brushes, how much those were better than just a water-fed pole and the 12-inch head on that. And then I started, I went from that to the counter rotating brushes. Those were great. That was off of a high pressure pole, and I was able to work with that. And then I moved over to the C1000, which was a rotating brush, which was a way more expensive, a lot more expensive. That right there is for your intermediate and professional solar panel cleaners. Not to say that you guys aren't, and don't take that wrong. It's just that if you're starting out with very little equipment, there's a lot of options out there. There's guys out there that are literally going to Home Depot and getting different brushes and stuff and using that for cleaning solar panels. So it just depends where you want to start off at. If you want to start off there, or you just want to jump right into it and not start off small and then continue to go big. And if I was to do it all over again, I would have gone big right from the get-go.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Some people can't afford it, but if you can afford it, get the right tools.
Yeah.
Makes your job easier.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because I sit here and I watch Mark and Jeff work over here, and I look at some of the equipment that comes in, Mark, and some of the hoses that these guys come in with. It's just unbelievable. And I sit here and they got their vehicles nicely wrapped. Everything looks great on the outside. And then when they open up them doors, some of these guys, um, they should be purchasing the new equipment and making sure that they got top of the line equipment because a lot of times, and you'll probably hear it and probably see it, that these guys come back and either this is broken or this is broken or this is broken, and you're replacing it, and which is great for business, but if they had the right equipment when they purchased the equipment, it wouldn't be so bad.
Right. Oh man, can't get through this.
Hey,
thing.
we got a right out of you. So.
That's how you gonna get out of me.
Joseph says, dang, I just got here late. Don't worry, Joseph. We are still here and welcome aboard. Corey Brown, thanks guys much. No problem. And thank you guys on my YouTube channel also. Let me see here. EK Solar Panel Cleaning. Hey guys, what's happening? And as for you guys that do not know, Mark is feeling under the weather tonight. Not feeling too good, can't speak. So you got two old ball guys here, but
One voice.
one's not. He's struggling. You can tell. So, but that's okay. It's all good. But we're here to get them through. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to go ahead and put it into the chat. We will be reading those off, and we'll answer your questions as they come along here. I like this podcast, man. This podcast, there's no interruptions. It's all good. It's flowing real nice, and guys got a lot of great questions over here. Corey Brown says, we plan to jump right in. We plan on getting the C1000 AM pressure washing skid, starting with my 2004 Duramax, then possibly get a van for the safety of the equipment. Awesome. Well, make sure that you talk to Mark about his stuff too. He does have the J. Racenstein brush and pole. You can talk to him about that when you're talking about your skid, and he'll give you the pros and the cons of both of them, and kind of go from there. You guys out there that are shopping, for equipment, take a look at what Mark has, because he's got top of the line equipment, and I can vouch for that, guys. I've been in this business close to 3 years now. I met Mark by purchasing my equipment from him. It's just that we got along so well that we just clicked. So now we're doing the Two Old Bald Guys podcast and other ventures together. So Mark has been here for everybody. I like him because he backs up his stuff. He's very knowledgeable, and if there's anything that goes wrong with my stuff, I can always count on giving him a call, and him and Jeff, his partner there, one of his workers, goes out there and just fixes the stuff up. Just like yesterday, I asked for something very simple, literally had it done in 5 minutes. Before I even knew it, he says, okay, I'm done, here you go. And my problem was solved. Yeah. So, and these guys are here, whether they're sick or what have you, they're working, they're doing their thing. So we appreciate them. All right. So looks like, okay, here we go. Jeff, hey, what's that there? Jeff Lewis says, hey, Henry and Mark. Mark needs a hot toddy. Get well soon. Yes, he does. I mean, he's struggling, but that's okay.
I'm going down for the count. Holy moly.
What's up there, Kevin Donovan? What's going on? There's a lot of new people here, Mark, that we're seeing today. There's a lot of new faces here. We appreciate that. Terrlyn says Mark's skids can be used in so many different services. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's talk about that. We're able to use that for solar panel cleaning, window cleaning, pressure washing, auto detailing, gutter cleaning, cleaning of the roof. There's just a lot of things. Concrete cleaning. Um, there's a lot of things that they can use with that in different services that you can actually go out there and provide. So then he has any accessories you want. He's a one-stop shop, absolutely. And what I like about Mark is when he has a vision, he sees it, he invests in it, and not only does he invest in it, he invests in a lot of good products. And it's like you going into a restaurant. It's a great restaurant, and all of a sudden you get somebody else come in, and then they change to a cheaper product, a cheaper meat, or
Yeah.
what have you. It just doesn't taste the same.
Yeah.
You know, Mark hasn't done that. Even though the prices have gone up on him, he's managed to keep the prices low as long as he can keep them low, and you know gives it and passes that on to the customer, which is really cool. Corey Brown says swag. There you go. What's up there, the super clean brothers? Keep up the good work. No problem. I was just kind of going through this today and yesterday. I was going through a lot of YouTube, and I was just looking at a lot of the solar panel cleaners out there that are giving out their advice and stuff like that, and it's very disappointing, um, to see that there's a lot of marketers out there, and those marketers are just there just to sell their stuff, but they're not really giving you valuable information. This is why I like our podcast, because you can ask us any question you guys want, and we'll give you the true, honest answer and do what we can. And we're here every week. If we can be here every week, we're here. Um, well, other than Christmas time, we may take that week off, but we're still going to be here doing our thing. You guys always come on and ask us questions, and we'll give you that free advice. So we appreciate you guys, every single one of you guys. We appreciate you guys.
That damn Daniel, you were not first.
Oh, that damn Daniel, I'm on finally, but he's not first. We got to rub that in because he's usually sitting there saying, I was first, I was first. There you go. Let's see here. Johnny Costantino. Hey, Henry, what brush do you like the most? The Solitech C1000 or the J. Racenstein? Because in all your videos, you're using the Solitech. And if so, why? That's a great question. Well, here's the thing. The J. Racenstein brush is a very good brush. I like that brush. I use the C1000 because I have several of those C1000s, and I just use it because that's what I started out with. But if I need to get tough bird poop, you name it, I'm trying to sap, uh, tree sap. That the Racenstein brush is actually excellent for that. The bristles are much tougher. The the motor itself is better, I think personally, because they're metal gears. They're not plastic like the C1000. I replaced the motor on the C1000, and it was not cheap. Have not replaced anything on the Racenstein brush, and it's a good quality brush. But as you guys will probably know, that the Racenstein brush would be good for stuff like paint removal. Um, there was a company that I went through, and I had to take. There was over 3,000 solar panels that had paint on them, and we ended up getting that job. And the Racenstein brush, we actually used the Racenstein brush on that just to get the paint off, and it worked great.
Yeah.
With some stuff that we had used. So I can't say I have a favorite because I really don't. If anything, I do have a new favorite, but I can't talk about that right now.
Mhm.
But that's for 2023, and you guys are going to be knowing what that is because it's going to be all over my videos. Trust me when I tell you that. But with that being said, I started out with a 12-inch water-fed pole when I started this business, and I moved on. And now I'm moving on to much bigger and better things for bigger um, farms, bigger commercial jobs, and what have you.
Yeah.
So I still will be using some of this equipment, but I probably will be using the other stuff even more. And you guys will know what that is in about a month or so. Paint overspray removal for the Racenstein, Terralyn says. Also, Det Damiano says, I'm working on a huge ass project at the moment. Cool. Well, that's good. You give me a call, Det Damiano, and we'll try to get you through that, okay? And get you going. But great question there, Johnny. I'm trying to be as truthful as I can with you just because we use them all and they're all great brushes. When it comes down to the 12-inch water-fed pole that I was using when I first started out, well, guess what? I haven't used that pole in a long time. So it just depends what equipment that you do have. If you have better equipment, you tend to use the better equipment. And this is what Mark was talking about as far as getting the best equipment, making sure that you have that, and that's what you work with. So Spotless Solar Expert says, I love the J Racenstein brush, makes everything much easier. No problem. We've seen your videos out there, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going at
He's
it.
been working hard. He's got
Man.
a lot of customers.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I did subscribe to your YouTube channel. They're Spotless, and you're doing a great job on those videos. Keep them on up. Glad to see you out there. Much success. Kevin Donovan, can you touch on how to bid on a commercial job? No, I cannot, because I have a lot of competition here, and I don't give that information out for free. Sorry. If you want that information, become a super duper fan. We have our private meetings. I actually have one tomorrow night. And once you become a private member, I invite you to our super duper fan private Zoom meeting, and we can talk prices all day long. But here on YouTube, no, I don't talk about those because I have a lot of competition out there. The Slavage Group, hey guys, what's happening? The Super Clean Brothers, Mark, I use the paint overspray solution we talked about. It was amazing, so easy to remove the paint. Thank you.
Mhm.
There you go. Yeah, that's what he's there. He's here to help. Kevin says, got it, no problem. And I hope you understand, understand, look, we're out here and we have businesses too.
Yeah.
And we have competitors. So we definitely don't want our competitors taking our business, so we try to do everything up. Kevin says, sign me up. Well, all you got to do is go on to my YouTube channel, and there's a join button on the very top right hand corner if you are on a computer desk. And you just go up there and hit join, and then you can sign up right there. And there you go.
What's up, Jerry?
We got Jerry. Is it Jerry is
From Arizona.
Arizona? Which one is he? The Slavin group?
The RO.
RO.
It's-
I don't see him up
Yeah,
there.
the Slavin group.
Slavin group. Okay. Slavin group. Hey, Mark. He says hello. That Dem Daniel says, There's a brush for every situation. For me, it's the C1000, my ride or die. There you go. Let me see here. Wait, okay. Michael, what's up there, Michael? Let me see if I got anybody else here. Nicholas, what's up there, Nicholas? Pat, with all the issues your team encounters in the field, what could the solar installers or solar manufacturers, modules, racking mounts, inverters, etc., do to prolong the life of these systems? Listen, every climate is different. Yeah, I've seen solar panels in Hawaii that literally have weeds growing out in between them. And the way that they do them in Hawaii is different than they do them in California. Then you have the East Coast where you get rain, you get snow, you get all that. We got, as a matter of fact, Utah right now is getting pounded with snow. And we have contractors out there that will go and they will clean the snow immediately off the solar panels just so the solar panels keep it going. But, you know, with all the issues, I would have to say it's just more solar panel cleaners out there. If there was anything that could be changed in my head right now, is for these installers out there, these salesmen out there, to be honest,
Yeah.
to tell them the whole thing.
Quit being so desperate.
Yeah, it's, you know, there's guys out there that don't tell people when they're purchasing a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 system that they have to be maintained. So if anything that I can tell you is education. You gotta have, Nicholas, they have to be more educated on solar panels, on maintaining the solar panels, and making sure that they understand that solar panels need to be cleaned frequently in order for them to get the production that they're looking for. And a lot of times they don't do that. So that's one of the biggest things that, you know, why I'm here, why we talk about it, while Mark's here, is, you know, we give you that advice. And it's not just solar panel cleaners that watch this live broadcast. It's customers too. They all watch this and they always say, "Hey, Henry, I saw you on YouTube, and great, thank you very much." And you give out great advice, and Mark gives out great advice, and you guys are a great team, and we appreciate that, because all we want to do is educate you. And that's a great question, Nicholas. And like I said, it's just educating the people a little bit more, not so much the solar panels, because the solar panel industry already has that down. They already know. It's the thing is, when somebody's out there selling somebody a system, that they have to make sure that they're aware that it doesn't have to be cleaned, because when they do find out, hey, most of the people, most of the time when I get that phone call, it's usually when their Edison bill or electric bill is really high, and they're wondering why it's real high. So they call the solar panel cleaning or the solar panel companies that install them, and they turn around and say, well, they got to get cleaned.
Yeah.
You know, call somebody to get them cleaned, and that's where we come in, and that's where we get a lot of phone calls. So education, my man, that's what it is. Mark D, what's going on? Will RO water spot the solar panels? No. RO water will not spot solar panels. Look, solar panels would get spotted with anything roughly over 10 parts per million. Then you start to see a little bit of spotting. And as the parts per million go higher, so if you think of it as a scale of 0 parts per million to 100 parts per million, you want to keep that parts per million close to 0 as possible. You're not going to get zeros all the time, but anything above 10, I kind of, at that point, I'm really thinking about changing out my tanks because it goes up pretty fast after that, right?
It starts going quick.
Quick, yeah. So, even auto detailing, the same thing. Auto detailing, you want to keep those parts per million close to zero, and they get that spot-free rinse, and that's why you either, you're using an RO system, spot-free rinse system, any type of system, deionized tanks, to make sure that you get those no spots coming in. So, great question.
Brother, I'm about to wind it down.
All right, there you go. Okay, we have just a few more. Would you say amount, Shitavan, would you say the amount of cleaning you do or go down during the winter compared to the summer? Oh, the cleanings. Honestly, we get a lot of commercial all year round. Well, here in California, the cleanings are a little less in the wintertime because people are not knowledgeable as far as they need to be clean during the winter just as much as summer. People think about cleaning their solar panels during the summer because it's hot, right? They're using a lot of energy, electricity, and so they think about that. Oh, my solar panels are, using a lot because it's hot. But they don't really think about wintertime, and wintertime is just as important as summertime. And so you want to make sure that your panels are clean all the time. And great question, by the way. Uh, Top quality solar cleaning services. Henry, do you feel adding more services like your irradiance meter, possibly thermal imaging for inspection adds more value to your service? Absolutely. It sure does. You have thermal imaging that you get a lot of companies that request that, right? Because they want to know. They don't have the clientele or they don't have the resources to go out and do that. So they will go out there and they will hire people to go out there and do that. And with the radiance meter, I use that. And the radiance meter is just basically getting that measurement from the sun and lets you know what your panels are doing. Now, it does add value. I really think it does, and it just gives somebody a peace of mind to know if their panels are working or if they're not working. And if you have equipment like that, it's even better. So,
Hey, Corey, shout out to Corey Brown. Thank you for subscribing.
let me see here. Corey Brown.
He just texted me. I just got it.
Nice, very nice. Thank you, Corey Brown, for subscribing to Mark's channel. And by the way, for those of you guys that are not on Mark's channel, subscribe to his YouTube channel. Let's get him to 1,000. We are trying to get that done before the new year is up, and that way he can go live. Corey Brown says, "You got it, brother. No problem." Let me see here. Mark is about ready to drop.
I am ready to jump.
Man, I tell you what. Hey, if you want to, take off here in a second, relax. I got this. I only got a few more. We got an hour coming in here. Let me see here. Michael D says, "Thank you." Nicholas Peck, which type of roof without trees around has the most dirt from runoff? Tile, comp, metal shingles. Look, dirt is dirt. Whether it is metal or, tiles, it's really no different. You will see that actually in the panels themselves. Some areas are different than others. You get the desert there that's got a lot of wind that kicks up. Those get really, really dirty. And then you have other places like the coast here where you get a misty dew coming in the morning, and it tends to kind of, wet those panels. And I mean, they're not clean, but they're better than the ones out there in the desert. Jesse Caruso says, shout out to Mark for helping me with the hose, reel, and brush. Mark came in on Sunday for me. I drove from the Bay Area. Wow, keep it clean solar. That's awesome. You remember that guy?
Yep.
And wow. He's like, yep.
7 days a week, dude.
7 days a week. All right, guys. Listen, it has been a great hour. We are going to wrap this up. I can talk for another hour and a half, but I don't think this man wants me to.
My battery's going down.
So we're going to call it a night. Next week, I will be busy on Tuesday. Can we make it an hour later, maybe on Tuesday or so? Or maybe Wednesday night would probably be better for me.
Maybe Wednesday night.
I tell you what, we're going to come on instead of Tuesday night next week. I have very important contracts to sign and all that for Tuesday. So I'm going to be busy. But Wednesday, why don't we'll do this on next Wednesday. That will give Mark an extra day to rest if he's not in the hospital by tomorrow.
Holy shit.
So, yeah. So, thank you guys for coming in, man. I really appreciate all you guys coming in on Mark's channel and on my channel. We appreciate you guys. And, you know, we're going to call it a night. We thank everybody for coming in. Do not forget to give us a thumbs up, please, on our YouTube channel. And we already got that coming. So we will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you guys. And for those of you that are new, subscribe to the YouTube channel, to Mark's YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. And next week, we will catch you guys on Wednesday. Wednesday next week, and 5 o'clock. We'll see you guys there. Appreciate you guys, and we will catch you guys on the next video. With that being said, Mark and I will see you guys soon.
All right.
All right, guys.
Catch you guys later.
All right. Peace.
Oh yeah, right there. You could put this one on that table, so you guys look all warm. You play.